We are pleased to have among us Mrs. Madina Dzharbusynova, former permanent representative of the Republic of Kazakhstan to the United Nations, New York, and former Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kazakhstan. Thank you for being here, ma'am. I welcome you to this conference and give the floor to you to deliver your speech.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants of the International Conference on Evolving Role of Women in Science, Technology and Innovation. And at the outset, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers, first of all, for the invitation to speak today, but most for setting the topic of the conference. I'm sure it was mentioned yesterday that conference takes place just a week since the international community marked the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, which was established by the United Nations General Assembly in 2016 to promote full and equal access to and participation in science for women and girls. The day is a reminder that women and girls play a crucial role in science and should play this crucial role in science and technology communities, and that their participation should be strengthened in order to achieve the full and equal access to science, gender equality and empowerment. Has mankind advanced towards achieving the stated goals over the past years? To my mind and to my regret, not yet. Speaking about my country, Kazakhstan, I would like to say in brief about the state policy in the field of gender equality. And I may proudly say that Kazakhstan, a country which 30 years ago gained its independence, has been a champion of many global initiatives, and our constitution guarantees equal rights for women and men, girls and boys. Kazakhstan has joined all key gender-related conventions and documents. Today, there are almost 30% of women in Majlis. This is our parliament's lower chamber. Last year, the list of prohibited professional occupations for women was abolished. According to the Kazakhstan country gender assessment carried out by the Asian Development Bank in 2018, Kazakhstan is placed in Group 1 that comprises the countries where key gender and development indicators demonstrate high equality between men and women. This is access to health, education, and command of economic resources. But still, Kazakhstan ranks low in indicators for representation of women at decision-taking level, about only 5% of women in the government, women labor force participation, and gender wage differences. The average proportion of women researchers in Kazakhstan counts 50 to 53%. And we may state that women's social status has significantly changed, and the concept of equality between women and men is widely accepted in modern Kazakhstan society. Still, the traditional stereotype of women's role as wife, mother, and daughter-in-law remains primarily in public discourse. So women in Kazakhstan, by and large, are expected to both maintain a professional occupation and perform homework, housework, and childcare. For sure, the pressure to fulfill their responsibilities limit professional opportunities for women. Social cultural context plays an important role in understanding existing gender disparities in science, technology, engineering, and math fields in STEM. While preparing for today's conference, I looked through a case study named An Examination into School of Engineering and Digital Sciences, Undergraduate Students, Graduate Students, and Faculty, conducted last year in the leading in Kazakhstan, Nazarbayev University. As of course I'm limited in time, I will just share some of its findings. Nazarbayev University is a highly prestigious and competitive university for Kazakhstani youth, as it provides tuition-free education to its students. The enrollment show a large number of girls, nearly equal to men, and even in some cases over-numbering. But speaking about the STEM field faculties, we of course should say that there we see the difference. The case study conducted in the data from Nazarbayev University, the students represent trends regarding women's interest in STEM fields growing and their potential accessibility. The data from the undergraduate and graduate programs in the School of Engineering and Digital Sciences from 2015 to 2020 indicate that the majority of programs enroll and support men more than women. The study shows that to ensure the move from gender parity to gender equality, it is important to consider the academic pipelines and women's progression. Through it, for example, when identifying the number of faculty members, there is a significant imbalance between women and men, with the vast majority of women in positions on the lowest rung of the academic ladder, and men in all positions of leadership. To my mind, in Kazakhstan, the challenges for gender equality in STEM are based upon three primary factors: traditional expectations of women's role, continued emphasis on men as bearers of knowledge, and structural obstacles to and through the academic pipeline. These challenges are not unique to Kazakhstan and can be seen throughout the world. And it's good that these challenges of gender equity are being discussed now, and especially at this conference. But this is only the first step. There are steps that should be taken to move towards stated goals. Active steps should be taken to attract more women in STEM by altering the way sciences are taught already in schools. To promote the participation of women and girls in science means changing mindset, fighting gender stereotypes, and biases that limit girls' expectations and progressional goals since their early childhood. Women leaders are essential as catalysts for change, as they serve to empower other women in the same professions, raise awareness of the barriers they face, and act as role models. I think that we should continue working on in this direction, and India and Kazakhstan are members of many organizations, not only Universal United Nations, but also, for example, the regional Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And in the framework of these multilateral institutions, we may continue raising this issue in order to change the world. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Excellency Ambassador Dzharbusynova, for your insightful talk. You highlighted international perspectives and structures for gender equality and progress of women. You also dwelt in detail on the gender parity scenario in Kazakhstan and the good work that has been done and the challenges that remain for women in STEM. The Tillotoma Foundation has a strong focus on Central Asia, having worked extensively on this region. Looking forward to further collaboration with you. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for being here with us.